Hi everybody, welcome to another Sunday evening video series for our behaviors. Actually, believe it or not, this is the 25th week. This is the last of the behaviors, so the last time you'll hear one for the first time. Take this opportunity to do my commercial again. Thank you to the folks who have signed up to take over and take a shot at one or more of the behaviors going forward. A shout out to Robert and BJ and Joe B. You guys have signed up for a number of them, and I really encourage the rest of you. They don't have to be elaborate. They can just be speak from the heart, even if it's just a pain point or an experience that you had. As you can tell from the caliber of mine, they're just homemade communications, speaking from the heart about these behaviors that we all hopefully find important to us and the success of us in the company and in the workplace. So moving on to this week's, and it is behavior number 8. Believe in the power of process. Solid processes yield consistent results, and consistency is the cornerstone of quality and reliability. Follow company processes to the letter and continually look for new ways to systematize what you do. Okay, so process. What is process? Process is a series of actions and behaviors that are done in a consistent and repeatable fashion in order to achieve a particular end or result. So, for instance, we have many processes and procedures here in the organization. We have something is as very specific as background checks to the process, the big process that we have for recruiting candidates and how we go about accessing the talent pools that are out there. And if you read, the business scholars' thoughts and ideas on process, the end result is to be able to streamline your organization in such a way that you can provide more value to your clients at the end of the day. And you do that by A, making more money for your organization, getting better margins, being more efficient, and reducing the risk and mitigating risk associated with lack of consistency. So what you produce is repeatable, and quality is therefore assured because you're sticking to a consistent process. One of the mega giants out there that is known for their sophistication in terms of really tight processes is Apple. Apple Computer is by far one of the leaders in terms of process management and really tightening their systems. And it's not just in their factories and warehouses, in terms of the production of their computers. It's company-wide. It's throughout all of their operations. If you're short on things to do in your free time, take a look at some of the articles written on it. Even the process, they have a process for supply chain management that is second to none. They are, as a result of the way they manage their supply chain, it's credited with their ability to get 25% margins on their devices and their products, whereas their competitors like HP are looking at maybe 10 to 15% margin on their products. The analysts will say it's because of the way that they manage the process by which they manage their supply chain. Likewise, every time they have a new product, they do this big secret launch, and it's the big announcement. The process that is involved in keeping that secret. I mean, think about, right, you've got this product that the CEO stands in front of this big audience and releases. Well, that product had to be made somewhere. People were involved in the making of that. It had to be shipped. Prototypes were done, and that all remained secret. How do they keep it secret? It's an elaborate process, which involves hidden packaging and cameras at checkpoints and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's a very consistent, solid process that enables them to keep a secret like that a secret. But it doesn't have to be big things like Apple, and when we think of process, we're not Apple. We are a small organization, and we have a lot of things to do in a particular day. Over the last 2 years, most particularly the last 6 months, the accounting team has put in new processes that have really revolutionized what I used to do myself, with not such great processes. What Michelle and Helen have implemented in our accounting department, and what Stephanie's done with the software, has really done a considerable amount for the speed and efficiency. What used to take Keith maybe 4 days to do, can now be done in a couple of hours. So that's all a result of process improvement. Part of the process improvement is increase, better automation and technology. So that's a piece of the process. It doesn't, technology, comes into play a lot in terms of process improvement, and we should always be looking for new technological tools to help us in our day-to-day operations. One of the examples that I'll leave you with isn't a business example. It was one time I was helping with the school auction. Okay, I don't do a lot at the school, but I did help with the school auction, and they had it on the gymnasium floor. They were stuffing the envelopes. The bags for the take-home bags with all of the advertisements from the various people who had contributed to the auction, and it literally went around the whole gym. And people were taking one bag and walking around the gym and taking, an assembly line kind of thing, taking one, finishing a bag and starting all over again. And it was just inconceivable to me. So I'm like, wait, there's got to be a faster way to do this. So sure enough, within 30 seconds, one of the other moms was like, well, hey, how about if we do it this way? And we literally, what took them every year was like the big joke, took them like, a day and a half to stuff these bags. We got it down to an hour, mostly with the ideas of the other woman that was with me. But, my contribution was I recognized that the process was flawed. So it took somebody else to figure out how to get the process improved. But those are the kinds of things that we should be talking about here in the company. So, it could be a process that is exclusive to you. That's something that you do on your desk that you can be more efficient with, trim the fat, shorten time, or it could be something bigger, something that a group is doing, whether it's the recruitment team or the sales team. If you have ideas or things that you think can be improved, take it to management and sit down with Jim or myself or Robert or whoever it is that's in charge of that particular process, and let's work on it. Let's try and make it more efficient. At the end of the day, it's about doing things, and as fast. I guess I should start saying it again. As quickly and swiftly and as fast as possible, in order to be able to accomplish as much as we can in a day and provide the most value to our clients. So with that, excuse the ringing phone in the background. I guess I should have muted everything, but I didn't. See, next process for the next time I do this, I'll remember that I need to improve my process. But thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday and what's left of it. And I look forward to hearing, hopefully, from someone else next week other than myself and Jim on behavior number 9. Okay, thank you.